few hours later, she was found dead in her bathroom. By drinking too much water too quickly, Jennifer had diluted the sodium in her blood, causing her brain to swell dangerously.
What's good, YouTube? Today we're going to be looking at the most avoidable deaths of all time. Without further ado, let's get started.
Philip Quinn, death by a lava lamp explosion. In 2004, 24-year-old Philip Quinn from Washington State was at home, watching his lava lamp do its thing. But
how bad do you have to treat a lava lamp for this to happen? I've always been very questionable of lava lamps because, for one, it's called a lava lamp. And number two, I genuinely feel like this man probably microwaved it.
Apparently, it wasn't doing its thing fast enough for his liking. Instead of waiting patiently, Quinn had an idea that no scientist would ever approve of. He put the lava lamp directly on the stove.
Yeah. Did YouTube not exist back then? I'm pretty sure you could have probably Googled what's gonna happen if you do this. Not to mention, there's glass in a lava lamp. You do understand that, right? So if the lava lamp won't affect you, the glass shards will definitely hit you.
To speed up the process, physics had other plans. As the liquid inside overheated, the pressure built up until the lamp violently exploded. A glass shard shot across the room with enough force to pierce his chest, striking him in the heart. Quinn collapsed and died almost.
The heart of all places, bro. That's unlucky. What did you expect? I don't even think it needed to be a lava lamp. It could have been anything with glass. Do you not understand what happens when you heat glass?
Instantly.
Does this nigga think it's gonna melt into sand? What's up?
When police arrived, they found the shattered remains of the lamp, and presumably a cautionary tale about why household items come with warning labels. For the record, lava lamps already have a safety warning that explicitly states,
do not put on stove. The only place that the lava lamp told you not to put it on is the stove. And you didn't even bother reading it. It didn't even say do not microwave, which you shouldn't do. And it also said might explode. Yeah, buddy, we're running on 3 IQ.
Do not heat this on a stove. A piece of advice that, if followed, probably would have saved his life. David Grunman, death by cactus revenge. On February 4th, 1982, 27-year-old David Grunman was out in the Arizona desert, armed with a shotgun and a questionable sense of judgment. He and his roommate had gone shooting, but instead of aiming at targets, David decided to take on Mother Nature herself by blasting away at a massive saguaro cacti.
Okay.
At first, things went as expected. He fired at a small cactus, watching it collapse in defeat. Encouraged by his success, he set his sights on a much larger 26-foot.
So let me get this straight. You shoot a cactus. By all means, go ahead. I didn't look at that like it was a dumb thing to do. You shoot any object that risks the chance of it falling on you. Oh my goodness, imagine how it hurt with all the prickly pricks landing on your face and shit.
And unloaded his shotgun into it. And that's when karma struck back. A massive 4-foot arm of the cactus broke off and fell directly on top of him. The weight of the spiny limb crushed him instantly.
Wait, cactuses are heavy? I thought cactuses were hollow in the inside, but just prickly on the outside. I think it's just so obvious to understand that maybe I shouldn't be taking down anything if I know that it's gonna land in my direction.
Ending his cactus shooting career permanently, David was declared dead at the scene. Locals call it cactus karma, a brutal reminder that desert plants have survived for thousands of years, and they don't take kindly to being shot at.
Do they be putting the cause of death on tombstones? No, right? Because if I was going by a funeral home and then I seen someone's grave laid out and it said death by eating a lava lamp, I don't even think I'm gonna be bothering putting a flower in your casket, bro. I'm gonna just be like, wow, idiot.
This could have been avoided if David had just picked a different hobby, maybe fishing, or literally anything that doesn't involve shooting at 500-pound plants. Hans Steininger, death by beard entanglement. Hans Steininger was a well-respected mayor in 16th century Austria.
I better watch out. I better start grooming my hair before shit like that happens. Damn, bro, this shit really growing, bro. Bro, I genuinely feel like I could really trip on this shit, though. I definitely felt you on that one, Hans.
Known for his wisdom, leadership, and an absolutely massive beard. At 4.5 feet long, it was less of a facial feature and more of an accessory, one that he usually rolled up and tucked into his pocket like a Renaissance-era fashion statement. But one day, during a sudden fire in town, Steininger forgot to tuck in his beard before running to help. As he hurried down a flight of stairs, he stepped on it, tripped, and fell head first, breaking.
It can't be that hard rolling up your beard, right? And also, I never understood why people would want a beard that long. I understand you're gonna get a lot of looks, but were you getting paid for this? Was Guinness World Records even a thing back then? Why would you do this? Imagine going to bed and then just rolling over and then just brushing your head and shit like that. No, bro.
In his neck. Yes, this man was literally taken down by his own beard. If there's any lesson to take from this, it's that at a certain length a beard stops being stylish and starts being tripwire. Elena Struthers Gardner, impaled by metal straw. Reusable straws are supposed to save the environment.
R.I.P., buddy. That is probably the most ironic death. Oh my goodness, stop using plastic straws. Let's start using metal straws to make the world better. I don't think so. Are plastic straws still banned, or did they make a comeback? You know, usually when I get a drink, it comes with a plastic straw. This is what I be wondering. I drink from plastic straws, right? I order my Chick-fil-A, I order my Wingstop. Boom, my drink comes from a plastic straw. How the fuck is that plastic straw going into the ocean? I'm drinking from the presence of my room. How the hell is that same plastic straw ending up in the ocean? Okay, it gotta be people that are just drinking near the beaches for that to happen, right? Or am I an idiot? If that's the case, then just ban drinking from the beaches.
And even save a single person. In November 2019, in Broadstone, England, 60-year-old Lena Struthers-Gardner, a retired jockey with mobility issues, was at home sipping from a mason jar with a built-in stainless steel straw. But as she walked through the kitchen, she suddenly lost her footing and fell. The metal straw, held firmly in place by the lid, did not budge.
That had to be the worst stroke of luck from any fall known to mankind. That straw could have went anywhere else. Her cheek, maybe her jaw. It just wanted to be in her eye. That gotta hurt.
Instead, it impaled her left eye, driving straight into her brain. Her white...
You know, I was wondering, I was like, how did she die? Shouldn't this just affect her eyesight into her brain? Yo, how deep did that straw go?
Mandy rushed in after hearing the sound of her collapse, only to find Lena making strange, gurgling noises. Emergency responders rushed her to the hospital, but
Your animation channel, are we serious? This is how we wanted to depict this scenario, with her smiling? And you're telling me she still got her cane with her? What'd she need the cane for? Come on, bro.
But the injury was too severe, and she passed away the next day. Doctors later noted...
He's trolling. Reusable straw ER. Yeah, clear the way. You know what? No, we don't care about gunshot wounds. We don't. No, this ER is specific for people who use reusable straws.
If you like the video right now, because I know you're going to enjoy it, like it right now, please and thank you.
Come on, bro.
Her to the hospital, but the injury was too severe, and she passed away the next day. Doctors later noted that if the straw hadn't been held rigidly in place by the lid, it might have moved or bent upon impact.
Damn.
But because it was locked in, it turned into a miniature javelin waiting for an unfortunate victim. This tragedy sparked safety discussions around metal straws, because as it turns out, sharp, movable metal spikes near your face can in fact be dangerous.
No, that's true though. Well, that's obvious, but is there any item that we use that contains that much amount of metal that we just use from day to day?
Could have seen that coming. Jennifer Strange, overdosing on water.
Wait, that's possible?
On January 12, 2007, 28-year-old Jennifer Strange from Sacramento, California, set out to win a Nintendo Wii for her kids. The
Amazing.
contest, called Hold Your Wii for a Wii, was simple. Drink as much water as possible without urinating. Contestants kept chugging water, with the last person standing winning the console. At first, Jennifer laughed along with the hosts, but as she kept drinking, she started to feel lightheaded and nauseous.
How much do you have to drink for this to even be possible? And I think what's insane about this is probably like for a good cause. Because at the end of the day, you know, you could preach, oh, everyone needs to be drinking water. Water is good for you healthy, just for this to happen. I wonder if they were liable in any way.
Eventually she left, telling coworkers she had a terrible headache and was going home. A few hours later, she was found dead in her bathroom. By drinking too much water too quickly, Jennifer had diluted the sodium in her blood, causing her brain to swell dangerously. Essentially, her body drowned itself from the inside out, and she didn't even win the Wii. After her death, her family sued the radio station, which had ignored warnings from medical professionals about the risks of excessive water
Did
consumption.
they win?
The case ended with a $16 million settlement.
Damn! Yeah, they're giving up a little bit more than a Wii now. $16 million? At the end of the day, bro, money will never bring back somebody.
But tragically, no amount of money could undo such an unnecessary and preventable death. Water is great, just don't drink it like it's a competition. Jimmy Hessel.
You know too much of anything can kill you, right? Doesn't matter what it is.
Death by Segway Cliff Dive.
Happy Wheels is real?
In 2010, British millionaire Jimmy Heselden, the owner of the Segway company, set out to test a new all-terrain version of his product on his private estate, with plenty of open land to explore. It seemed like the perfect place for a smooth ride, except for one poorly placed cliff. While navigating the terrain, Heselden somehow lost control near the edge, veered off the path, and tragically plunged 42 feet into a river below. Rescue teams arrived, but it was too late. The man who owned the Segway company had been defeated by the very thing he sold. This death could have been avoided by not testing a self-balancing scooter near the edge of a literal cliff, or maybe by installing guardrails.
So he has the hose like that at his age? She is thick as hell. I never really enjoyed Segways. I couldn't even afford it when I was a child. I never looked at Segways like they were cool, even when I seen other people do it. I barely even like skateboards. I like scooters. To me, there was nothing cool about standing on what looked like a scooter and just, I don't know, going.
Those are just walking. Dr. Jacqueline Qatar, Suffocation in Chimney. In August 2010,
But this would happen if Santa was real. Wait, why is he even going down the chimney?
Dr. Jacqueline Kotarek, a 49-year-old physician from California, made a decision that can only be described as bold, ill-advised, and tragically final. She was in a turbulent relationship with a man named William Moody. One evening after an argument, Moody refused to see her, so she took matters into her own hands. First, she tried to break into his house with a shovel, which, unsurprisingly, didn't work. Then, instead of calling it a night and reconsidering her approach, she climbed onto the roof, removed the chimney cover, and decided to enter Santa style. Only one problem: chimneys aren't designed for human travel. She slid in feet first, expecting to land safely inside, but she got stuck, badly. When she didn't...
Would y'all feel guilty if you had someone that obsessive over you dying in your chimney? I feel like to some degree I will. Now granted, it's 100% not your fault at all, but I think I would feel so guilty just knowing the person I am. If I knew I was the reason for someone's death, regardless if I was the reason behind it, I'd feel guilty.
Didn't show up for work the next day. Colleagues reported her missing. 3 days later, a house...
Yo, was no one in the crib? 3 days later, her ass was not in some sort of dude's crib, and the dude was never there to begin with?
Sitter noticed a strange smell coming from the fireplace. Firefighters spent 5 hours breaking apart the chimney to reach her. She had been trapped just 2 feet above the opening. The autopsy revealed that she had suffocated due to the extreme pressure in her chest, which made it impossible for her lungs to expand. Moody later expressed deep sadness over the tragic accident, calling it a horrendously bad decision that cost her life. This entire situation could have been avoided by simply walking away, or at the very least, choosing a break-in method that didn't involve entering a narrow stone tunnel.
I'm glad to know that I don't love someone that much. I would not break the law for somebody. For me to break the law for you, you have to put some sort of like spell on me. There's too much women in the world for me to ever think like that.
Tunnel. Vladimir Likonos. Death by exploding chewing gum. In December 2009, 25-year-old Vladimir Likonos, a chemistry student from Ukraine, was doing what a lot of students do: chewing gum while studying. But unlike most people, he had a habit of dipping his gum in citric acid to make it extra...
Wait, no, citric acid. That's edible, right? Wait, is citric acid edible? To some degree it is, right? Yeah, because I be seeing that shit in the ingredients. So how much citric acid did you put on it?
sour. On this particular day, Vladimir grabbed a small white powder from his desk, dipped his gum, popped it in his mouth, and started chewing. Only it wasn't citric acid. It was a highly explosive chemical compound he had been working with in his lab. Within seconds, the gum detonated inside his mouth. The blast was so powerful that it blew off his jaw and lower face.
You see, this is why I wouldn't become a scientist, bro. Let's be real. We discovered everything we're gonna discover. You think we're actually gonna solve cancer? The government wouldn't allow that. Honestly, I'm okay.
Killing him instantly. His parents, hearing the explosion, rushed in, only to find an unspeakable scene. When police investigated, they found two identical containers. One with citric acid, the other with a volatile explosive powder. In a tragic mix-up, he had grabbed the wrong one. This accident could have been avoided by labeling things properly. It also serves as an important lesson. If you're going to eat something, make sure it's actually food.
Yeah.
As bizarre as these
And not in the lab. Do not eat in the lab.
stories may be, it's important to remember that these were real people with real
100%.
lives.
R.I.P.
This video isn't about making fun of them. It's a reminder of how even the smallest decisions can have deadly consequences.
100%.
So let's respect the dead, learn from their mistakes, and maybe, just maybe, think twice before making any life choices that could end up in a video.
The thing is, can we really learn from their mistakes? Like, I think some things were already learned, and that's in no disrespect. If you have any issues with any of their deaths, I mean, I understand, yes, okay, drinking water. Some people might have not understood you could die from water, but I think with a lot of these, bro, it's pretty self-explanatory. R.I.P. to all the victims in the video, though. I definitely think all their lives were sadly ended by something that they just genuinely did not know. You too, let me know of any other deaths that you know of that are ridiculous. Make sure you guys stay safe, learn from their mistakes. I will say the only death that I kind of don't blame them. Okay, I don't blame any of them, but I'm like, the girl with the straw, that's not an avoidable death. I'm sorry. She's already, like, paralyzed. Like, she can't move the way she wants to move. So that one wasn't really as avoidable. But yeah, YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe, bro, to England UK, man. Make sure you guys join us on Twitch. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Put this bitch back like I'm double heaven. Hold up, triple deuces. Put this bitch up, we got all the juices.